last thing to me is I was left in Raccoon City fighting Nemesis. That's it. You know what I mean? So anything that's happened since then, I really have no um I really have no input in. And so even playing this, it's a fun game, looks like a fun game, but I have no idea what the fuck is going on. None. I don't know, where these characters came from. I don't know, like I know Leon, everybody knows Leon or whatever, but I don't know like any of this backstory leading up to this. So for me, I was like, okay, let me uh let me dial it back a little bit and let's see if we can figure out at least what's going on up to this point. Like I might do an explainer video explaining what happened from Resident Evil 4 and up until now, or up until Resident Evil 8, and then we might jump into it. Jurassic World boring evolution. He said we done got bro yapping for 20 minutes. Hey, I love this stuff. I love chatting with you guys though. I definitely love chatting with you guys. I know you've been seeing me move my character around a little bit and kind of just to keep me from getting timed out and stuff like that, because we are doing the Brotherhood of Steel missions. We are trying to finish this up, but we have been talking for a minute. And then again, too, guys, I don't get to do this on a daily
Yeah,
basis.
he's just hitting you with a little bit of that Japanese. You know what I'm saying? Like,
A little bit of Japanese. I don't get to do this on a daily basis. So when I do stream and I do see you guys and we talk and stuff like that, this is like me catching up because life is so busy right now. I have to be up at 5 in the morning on the weekdays. So I don't get time to stream at night. I got kids, got a family, I got shit that I gotta do. It just is what it is. So when we get to talking and stuff like that, I'm very, very engaged, and I love talking with you guys about this stuff. I said it's a convoluted Japanese story. You would be confused if you played all the other games yesterday. Metal Gear Solid, Evangelion, the Japanese do shrooms and create strange, in, incomprehensible stories. Though I know Metal Gear. I've played all of the Metal Gears, even that shitty one with the Crystal Head zombies. I can't remember the name of that game to save my life. But it was the one after Metal Gear 5 where Kojima had left the studio. Hideo had left the studio and stuff like that, and he went off to do his own thing because you can feel it in Metal Gear 5. Metal Gear 5 feels like there's something missing, like there's something fragmented. And that part that's fragmented is literally what Death Stranding is. Literally what Death Stranding is. If you guys, I'm telling you, I'd lie to you not. If you've ever played Metal Gear 5 and then you played that shit that came out right after Metal Gear 5, it was the Metal Gear game, but it was like the Crystal Head zombie thing where you stabbing them in the fucking head with like spears and shit. If you guys played both of those and then you go and you play Death Stranding years later, you kind of see what Kojima was trying to do. He was trying to roll all of that up into Metal Gear 5. If he had a little bit more time or whatever happened, I'm not sure. But Metal Gear 5 seems really fragmented, even though it was a really, really good game. It wasn't the greatest game. It wasn't like Metal Gear 4 or Metal Gear 3, which were my top, top favorite games of all time. You know, you should watch Devilman Crybaby. Evangelion is way too biblical. Also, Shinji sucks ass. I
definitely
thought you was about.
not around your kids.
Oh shit! Nah, probably not. Not with that
Just joke
name.
right now.
Not with that name. I thought he was about to say Devil May Cry, because Devil May Cry is also another series that I kind of fell off of
That's a good
around
game.
4. Devil May Cry 1 and 3 are the best. I played 2. It wasn't as good. Devil May Cry 1 was awesome. Devil May Cry 3 was awesome. Then you get to Devil May Cry 4 with Nero and stuff, and I kind of noped out on it a little bit just because I was like, Then we tried to play Devil May Cry 5. We got through 60% of that story. And then at a point, I was like, okay, now they're just writing in fucking circles, and I'm kind of done with it. It seemed fine, it seemed fun, but I just noped out at a point. I was a real hard, Dante and Virgil fan, where I wanted to see, you know, their stories kind of continue to trickle on and stuff like that. And I think in five, it did have a little bit of, that that story kind of trickling on. But then again, there were some things to me that in stories, like if a character dies, okay, or if he sacrifices himself, why in the fuck do you bring him back? What is the point of the initial sacrifice in the first place? You know what I mean? Virgil going to hell in Devil May Cry 3, that's it. That's all we need. We probably don't need to see any more of that unless we have a Devil May Cry game in hell. I mean, I'm just saying, So there was that. Because the gameplay is nothing for you. You never got into DMC. DMC was really really fun. It was before Bayonetta's time. A lot of what they did in Devil May Cry, they ended up doing in Bayonetta, and I felt like that's cool and all, but I wanted more of that story, more of that Dante, being a badass kind of story. You know what I mean? That's really what I was there for. We ended up getting Nero uh, in Devil May Cry 4, and it was so much mystery surrounding his character that I kind of just didn't care at that point. I kind of noped out. We've gotten so used to, we've gotten so used to seeing Dante, and we've gotten so used to seeing that character and falling in love with that character that you start to introduce other characters as the main character of the story. It just kind of, I don't know. That was a no go for me. Um, you know, it's one of the reasons why Master Chief will never die. Like he's always gonna be fucking there. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they even had a game where fucking they had the
Trying
others.
hard to ruin him.
They are trying hard to ruin them, but they had a whole other game where they were fucking had other Spartans literally chasing down Master Chief, and guy does not die. I'm telling you, he does not die. He has so much plot armor. It's kind of ridiculous at a point. It kind of is. Like, kill him off, but do it in a good way. Like, let him sacrifice himself for like Earth or something like that. Let him blow himself up and the entire whatever, fucking alien races or whatever, like to save us or some shit. Give him a good death. Don't make it cheesy. Give him a good death, but please kill him the fuck off because, my God, my God, Master Chief will never die. I'm telling you. I mean, if you can kill off Duke Nukem, god
Can't
damn
kill
it.
him off. It's John Spartan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Can't kill off John Spartan.
Good thing for id Software. The Doomslayer can't die. Yeah, I get that. I was never into really the Doom games, also either. I seen that one Doom movie with The Rock and Carl Urban, and I was like, oh, this is a pretty unique movie. I think they took some of this from the game. Yeah, cool. And I kind of left it there. And then when Doom went all fucking Hellslayer and shit, I was just kind of I just kind of noped out. That was another one that I kind of noped down on. And I get it. People are, oh, Doom is so awesome. Fucking guns and bears and blood and fucking rugs. So I was like, all right, yeah, yeah, that's cool. That's cool for you guys. I don't know. I think at that point I wasn't feeling all of that. Um, I wasn't feeling the game just to be visceral for no goddamn reason. Like we had decades of that kind of shit, and I wanted it to like mean something. So Doom 2016 was so good, great movement and gunplay, also fun story. I played it.
Oh my
I fucking played it, and I understood none of it. I don't know. It just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't sit with me. Like that was the one where um, you had to kill enemies in order to reload, and then you had the yellow, blue, and the red stuff going on. So you would like you'd like shoot them, and then you'd like chop them with the chainsaw,
Die.
and you get your ammo back, and then you can fucking like you know shoulder charge around, and there's all the fucking blubbery guys and shit. I don't know. Doom to me got to a point where I was just like, okay, if this is it, I don't know. But more power to people that enjoy the Doom franchise and shit. And don't get me wrong, I have seen recent Doom shit where the dude's like a fucking like he's like a god now or a demon now. I don't. I'm not sure what the what really
Incarnation of Satan himself.
probably that. Yeah, he's just like because he dies at some
That's
point.
not remotely a joke.
You're right. Okay. So because he dies at some point, right? And then he comes back as like fucking I'm not gonna die because I'm just Doom God or Doom Guy or some shit, and then just becomes just everything. And I don't know.
Yeah, no, that yeah, he dies, but then doesn't because he is, and this is canon, quite literally too angry to fucking die.
Too angry to
And that's
die.
because
Yeah.
he is like either a clone or a reiteration of Satan himself, created by the humans.
Yeah. That's all right. All right. This fucking guy dies and he's just like, no, because I'm Doom Guy. I don't die, motherfucker. Comes back. Oh, it's all right. Pump your brakes, motherfucker. Like, calm the fuck down. Settle down.
I mean, it's like the equivalent of Frank Castle. You know what I mean? Like he just doesn't die.
Yeah, it's just the idea that he just resurrects
Yeah,
himself
like,
just because, like, yeah. But all the power to he is so angry because demons killed his bunny in Doom 2. Are you serious? You're not joking
that is
either.
canon. I'm not. That's not joking.
His
Nope.
bunny, like
Yeah.
fucking
His
rabbit.
pet rabbit. Yeah, the demons came for him and they killed his pet rabbit, and he has been unreasonably, furiously angry ever since then.
He said, "Yeah, he's the OG John Wick." Ah,
That's accurate.
that's that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess.
You know, they pulled the equivalent of fucking with the United States boats. You know what I mean? Like it, like that. You just don't do that.
They better give us on foot Thargoids, damn it. Even if they are people zombies covered in green Dorito dust. I've never. So I always had the vision that they were gonna give us on foot Thargoids and stuff at some point. I just after seeing what the first iteration of the on foot gameplay was, I just it couldn't get that picture. You know what I mean? Like I've always wanted on foot Thargoids. I've always wanted to just like rip these mugs out of their ships or whatever the hell, you know, or hell, take them out of the ship and then even fly one, even if they're dead or something like that. I just never pictured what the on foot Thargoid would be, and I just, you know, I don't know. I don't know if Elite is. I don't know if Elite would get to that point. If they do, they're gonna surprise the hell out of me. I tell you, I'm gonna be the most surprised out of anybody because I've always wanted it. I just never could see what that would look like, what that would be like. You know, even though we had so many encounters with Thargoids, right?